Individual night tickets for WWE WrestleMania 41 will be available to purchase starting next week. WWE announced today that individual event tickets for this year's WrestleMania are going to go on sale to the general public at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Friday, January 24th. A pre sale will begin Wednesday, January 22nd. The event is being held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. Two-night combo tickets have been on sale since October 2024. No matches have been made official for WrestleMania yet, but the card should start coming into focus after the Royal Rumble takes place on Saturday, February 1st. This will be the last WrestleMania that John Cena ever competes at. He's on a retirement tour that started this month and will end in December. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Logan Paul, Liv Morgan, Gunther, Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins, Nia Jax, and Jey Uso are featured on WWE's graphic promoting the WrestleMania 41 ticket on sale date. WWE and the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority have partnered together for the event, along with Raw, SmackDown, NXT Stand and Deliver, the WWE World Fan Convention, and the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame ceremony taking place in Las Vegas in the days surrounding WrestleMania. WWE will continue their international presence when it comes to premium live events in 2025, with the company's leader providing the name of at least one country that will host one. WWE President Nick Khan appeared at a Las Vegas tourism event Thursday, and during a fireside chat he took part in, he referred to Paris, France, hosting a PLE that has yet to be announced. Last December's TKO Mark Shapiro said to expect more international PLEs this year, coming after 2024 in which 8 of the 12 were hosted outside of the United States, 2 each in Saudi Arabia and Canada, and 1 each in Australia, France, Scotland, and Germany. As of this video, WWE has announced 4 PLEs this year, with one of them outside of the United States, March's Elimination Chamber in Canada. There are some additional notes from Nick Khan's talk. He said the WWE World Fan Fest will be held at the Las Vegas Convention Center from April 17th through the 21st. Both the pre-WrestleMania SmackDown on April 18th and the post-WrestleMania Raw will be held at the T-Mobile Arena. And on to our next story, in case you missed it, although I doubt you did because it was everywhere. WWE and TNA have signed a multi-year partnership that will see wrestlers from TNA and NXT appear regularly on each other's programming. The press release stated, the agreement will enable talent to garner additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows such as NXT, which airs live on the CW, and TNA Impact, select WWE premium live events, and TNA pay-per-views, in turn bolstering their in-ring development with exposure to world-class talent and coaching. The news comes ahead of TNA's first pay-per-view of the year, Genesis, which happens this Sunday. The relationship between both sides began with former TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace appearing in last year's Royal Rumble and kicked off in earnest in May, with Jordynne challenging then NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez for June's Battleground. The following months would see wrestlers from both brands make appearances on the other shows. It's unclear if this past year's developments were under a handshake agreement or a more formal one-year deal. From a main roster level, WWE has also been working with Japan's Pro Wrestling Noah and Marigold Promotions and GCW for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport events. TNA's exposure in Canada is expected to grow in 2025 after they signed a new TV deal with Sportsnet. I had asked Triple H about this partnership with TNA at the SummerSlam press conference. Here's what he had to say about that.
Denise Salcedo, Instinct Culture. So speaking of NXT, I did wanted to ask, because we're seeing this collaboration with TNA, and so I wanted to ask first and foremost why WWE decided to pursue a longer, I guess you can say, relationship here with TNA from what we've been seeing, and also what we can expect from that, what the end game is, what the fans can expect from that.
So I think, as we've said before, we're open for business, right? Whether that's what you see in NXT with TNA, or whether that's different international opportunities. We're going to look at what's best for WWE, but how does that benefit us? How does it benefit them? How does it benefit us I think there's opportunities as you look at NXT. A lot of those kids are young, and what they really need is repetitions. They need opportunities to go do. We can only create so many of them. So when we have opportunities to partner with others, help their business at the same time, get them on a platform that is seen by so many more people. Use the strength and the power of our brand across social media to help them. I think you'll see more of that, right? So when we have the opportunity to help them, while at the same point in time getting the future of not just us, the future of this business, more opportunities and more reps to improve what they do as performers, to improve what they do on every aspect of what they go out day in and day out and do. The world is different now. There aren't territories where you're out there working a couple hundred days a year, and I don't know that anybody would want to. But we all did it, but it's how everybody got where they got to and how they got good and how they learned this. So we have to create that, and we have to give those opportunities to other people to grow and to have that, because the only way they're going to learn how to do this, the only way you learn to go out there and feel that crowd and understand it and change what you're doing and have that dynamic, because you plan it all you want in the back. When you get out there, and that's where the magic happens. I don't care what anybody says. And those decisions, those in the moment game day decisions that are made there live, your nuances, that's what makes this great. So it's reps. It's really reps, especially when you're just starting in the business. So I want them to have that. So when we can create those opportunities, to me, whoever that's with, I'm excited to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On to our next story. In case you missed it, Samoa Joe has returned to AEW after a hiatus of 6 months. Samoa Joe made his return on Wednesday's AEW Dynamite, helping Katsuyori Shibata save Hook from an attack at the hands of the patriarchy. The scheduled Christian Cage versus Hook match broke down into chaos with a DQ finish after Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne jumped into the ring to attack Hook. Shibata was in Hook's corner and jumped in to save, but the attack was still 3-on-2. Joe's music then hit with the former AEW World Champion entering to even the odds. Samoa Joe has been absent from AEW programming since losing a Stampede Street fight to Chris Jericho last July. A subsequent stretcher angle in a backstage segment with Jericho pushing Joe through a wall wrote Joe out of the storylines. It was reported at the time that Samoa Joe is taking time off to film another season of Peacock's Twisted Metal, where he plays the role of Sweet Tooth, a character voiced by Will Arnett. On to our next story. John Cena would be interested in starring opposite CM Punk in a movie role. While speaking with John Cena for an interview published on Thursday, Collider asked which WWE wrestler he'd most like to work with in an action comedy film. John Cena named CM Punk as his answer, saying he thinks fans would like to see their dynamic play out on screen. CM Punk has had acting experience and is set to appear in the upcoming horror movie titled Night Patrol and a new sci-fi series called Revival. Well, there you have it, guys. A quick rundown of the events from this week in the pro wrestling world. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to F4W Online for plenty more pro wrestling content.